Hi, if you want teeth as white as this, all you got to do is not brush them when you are a kid. If you want waves like this, all you got to do is use a fork when you were a kid. You know, you got to use the hard, you got to use tools to what you get. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know how my teeth is white. That's crazy. I ain't even brushed my teeth when I was a kid. When I was young kid. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, yeah. Told you. But anyway, bring y'all asses back in here. That's right. Come on. While I wait on y'all, I'm about to eat. Y'all see this? Yeah, hard ass pizza right here. Yeah. Shit, hit somebody get a goddamn assault on them. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker is a brick. Shit. Damn. But anyway, 1 second. Let me go and throw this away. This is a brick piece of. Hey. Well, somebody need to come out with a. Hey, brother Peak, why you ain't hop on, brother? I threw it on my page. The link is right there. You got to click on that link, brother. You know, go to my page real quick. Click on the link. There you go. You gonna hop in. All right. Let me go throw this brick pizza away. I need to make it. Hey, somebody need to come up with a name called Brick Pizza. You know what I'm saying? Because on some real shit, when them motherfuckers get cold. Look, this motherfucker. Yeah, you gotta use some strength to bend that motherfucker. These things is different. Shit. Hit somebody in the head with it. Crack their skull. You know what I'm saying? Now I wonder why a motherfucker can't shit right. You eat some pizza, boy. God dang. Hey Prince, what's up? That damn pizza, boy, it had your stomach like you ate a brick. You ain't see it on Facebook? Yeah, hold on. Let me write my name down so you can see it. Nigel. Yes. Let me get a pen. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay, you got some paper? I know you got some paper. Scoop out. Yeah, give me this right here. I mean, I'm all good now. That's mine. Hey, it was yours, son. When you died, it's gonna still be here. So it ain't yours, really. You know what I'm saying? You just borrowing it right now. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, all right, I'm about to write my name on here. ERIC. All right, so there it is, right there. You go to my page and type that. Go to Facebook and type that in right there. My bad, y'all. The marker, is running dry. Running dry like some man out there. You know what I'm saying? Shooting blanks. Anyway, let me stop. But anyway, there it is. Whoop, there it is. All right. So we gonna hold that up for the next like 10 seconds. Oh, y'all can write it down if y'all can see it. That's ERICBERNARD, then Savage. You know what I'm saying? SAVAGE. Brown is son of a hitch. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Direct Peak. Let me see if it's gonna add you. It should in 5, 4.
Hey.
My brother, how you doing, man?
Yo, I'm good. What's up?
Okay, hey man, all is well. So look, let me ask you something, because I remember you threw it up a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? That game, what was the game called again?
Oh, that was a clip I saw from that World of Warcraft game.
All right. So this would I'm going back, y'all, to the video the clip he showed. It was like probably like 3 years ago, or some shit like that. How long was that?
Yeah, probably.
About 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years. I think it was about 3 years. So on the clip, it showed the motherfucking sky cracking open. Then the shit was fake. Would you like to explain on that, lab on that, my brother?
I looked at the video. I saw that you had it on your Facebook, and I don't know if that's real or fake. or either or, but I mean, it doesn't really matter because it looks very similar, right? Which is
Uh-huh.
crazy. I guess the best way I can explain it is, dude, it's so weird because when you're in the third dimension, when you're in the body, I need to shave a little. Looking all thick, right?
Hey, you see me? Hey, I see. Hold on. What's that? They been saying
Anyway,
if you got all this, you eating ass.
what the? You're crazy. All right, so I learned a little bit about this more from Darius J. Wright. You can find him on YouTube as well, and he has his own website. But it has to do with like out of body stuff because I've been looking at like a lot of out of body and near death experience videos. So I've been like a lot of people that talk about it, you know, and their experience and like stuff like I slipped and hit my head to fucking I had a heart attack, like anywhere.
Hmm.
And then I looked at stuff where people are going out of body and they're training to do it, and it's very similar experiences, which is crazy, right?
Hmm.
And then it gets into like, let me put it this way: it's so cool because once you understand it, the reason why evil things exist, I knew it, and like now it gets more and more, and that's called Medu Nature, Mother Nature. It grows and becomes bigger.
Say that again.
In Egypt, or well, not Egypt, but in ancient Kemet over in Africa, their language was called Medu Neter or Medu Neter, which is like uh, Mother Nature. That's the best way to say it. The sound of nature itself.
Okay.
That's why when you look at hieroglyphics, that's originally called Medu Neter. Um, but what I'm almost getting all excited because I want to say so much shit at once, but I gotta pace
Oh, I
myself
already
right.
know how it go. Trust me, I definitely know how it go.
Yeah, I'm gonna dump a lot of information on you just so I can I can show you. It's funny because I already see it, but let's get straight.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so in ancient Egypt, the words on the walls are called hieroglyphs because that's a Greek word. Because when they stumbled upon it and they took it over and like started doing shit, after Egyptian people got basically raided and like fucked up and bad stuff. That's like hours upon hours to talk about that.
Mhm.
But those symbols are sounds of things you would see in nature or things that objects would make,
Hmm.
So when you see the bird sound of the falcon, when it's way up high, they make kind of like a high A or a high E sound, like a
Yeah, yeah.
so when you're
Damn.
reading certain words, yeah, and you see the reed leaf, it's like an actual leaf that goes up and it's like the ones that stick out of the rivers and waters.
Yeah,
Sometimes you see
yeah,
the ones they look like corn dogs, but they're not.
yeah.
So certain ones are called reeds, and they got like giant fan leaves on them. They look like just giant fingers almost, but like attached to a stem. And those are called reeds. So that E sound, reed, eed. Um, so when you see that on the wall, so you'd be like, ah, E, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you gotta, and that's the way they say shit back then. It's like all elongated and smooth and like
yeah.
one tongue and flow. It's cool shit. But I just remember that because that's my like last reincarnation from what I feel and remember. I never went to do some like hypnosis shit to go get it confirmed or anything, but I don't really
Mhm.
need to. I just know it anyway. Even if it's
Exactly.
not my DNA. Fuck it. It's somebody's DNA that I'm holding on to in my tree. Fuck it. I
Exactly.
like it. But
Exactly.
I mean I already talked to you about that because my dad was studying that when I was born and I came through and now I studied it all and I was like, oh, that was my energy coming through. That's why he felt the need to study it. Because when I was being born and young, he had that inspiration flow out, like the energy passed through him. And that was me passing through him, that ancient knowledge that, you know what I mean? That was
Yeah,
that drip down the water. Because when a tree, the family tree, the tree of life, when it pulls up water, it also sends water back down to grow the roots further down, right? So when he gave birth, it grew the root further down, like to make it a stronger tree, like more. You get what I'm saying? That's how
yes,
trees
yes,
grow.
yes, 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 yes.
So, anyways, because like each season the tree gets bigger, more seeds, the stronger the tree, and it grows bigger and bigger and stronger. So the more
Uh-huh.
seeds it can produce, the stronger the family tree. You get what I'm saying?
Woo.
So, anyways, when that
So
water,
hold on.
my
So
water,
would that beat in? You know what I'm saying? Sperm wise, it's going and say I was to go and be like, yeah, I got about 12 baby mamas, I got about 30 kids. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm strong enough to pass that shit on, that knowledge on. You know what I'm saying? What's in my
some
DNA?
some religions and shit, they like that shit. They like having multiple wives and stuff. I don't know. I'm not fuck that, man.
Right.
They don't know though. That's the difference. They just don't know. They're kind of like the simulation. You know what I mean? They don't know no better. They
Um,
well, they did choose to play the simulation. I don't know why. They're just. But anyway,
mm,
let me get to it. Let's go back to the evil, like why evil
okay.
exists. Oh, dude, it's so funny. So we all chose to be here because Earth. In the old days they would said Earth is the Earth is the center of the universe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they would think like Earth is flat and everything rotates around Earth. And then way before that, it was called Middle Earth, and you hear about that in the Lord of the Rings, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, Middle Earth is our dimension because our dimension is in the middle of all the other ones. See, everyone thinks it's like 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. No, it's not really like that. It's not organized like that. You could say they're obviously all compacted at one, you know what I mean? But at a frequency level, if you were to zoom in and expand upon it, the frequency would widen and you would see the different colors. So like if you just saw blackness and you zoomed into blackness, color would appear, right? And then it would
Mm-hmm.
expand into like the rainbow, you know what I'm getting at?
Right,
And
right,
then you'd
right.
be able to see the different dimensional fields. Same thing. So in this perspective, the third isn't always exactly the center. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why our perspective, we only see so many lights because there's light spectrums beneath ours that we can't see, and then there's light spectrums above ours we can't see. So our third dimension isn't at the third level. You get what I mean? Because we're almost in the middle then. Because if we can't see above us and below us, what the fuck? Just like in the same perspective, as above, so below. We can't see at the bottom of the ocean, and we cannot see above in space. We're
Yes.
trying our best, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But like they said, you got to look inward. But besides that, besides that shit, the evil here exists because the construct was created. Inside the construct, there is different realms, and inside those different realms, there's different dimensions. So that's the realms are like you ever seen that giant tree of life? I can't. Oh, I can show you, baby. Okay,
Yeah,
look.
that's what I'm talking about. See that? Yeah, go ahead and link the left side to the right side. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
they
what I do.
become,
That's what I do.
which is three, the Trinity. Anyway, that's just from my world how I understand things. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, good.
Hey man,
Take
shut the
time.
fuck up. No, you're good. You're good. Um. Okay. It's come on, man. Quit fucking around.
Mine
You know how they do. They
coming
fuck
together.
around.
They're
You
coming together.
type in the same thing you've always typed in, but this time around they're just like, nah, we're not gonna show you.
Oh yeah, that's how it go, man. So don't let it come up either.
Here we go. Here we go. You ain't gonna stop me,
I was
motherfucker.
about to say, because they gonna come. It's gonna happen to where the energy gonna be like, oh no, hell no. But keep going.
Okay, so you see how there's like the Asgard, the Midgard. That's where we live. So it's like the tree of life. You know. So there's more than 9, but you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
This is basically what's going on. So these are the different realms, and this is the entire construct. And you can zoom out of the construct. So inside Midgard, if you zoomed in, that's where you get Earth, that's where you get the moon and all that shit, and the sun floating around it. But then if you
Mm-hmm.
go to like Alfheim, that's where you start seeing the elves and like the fairy shit and all that. And then you go down to fucking what was it called? Helheim. That's Helheim. You get what I'm saying? That's where Hades is and the Greek lore, the underworld. You know what I mean? Under the
Mm-hmm.
world. Look at that shit. You get what I'm saying, man. There's like the
Oh,
fucking
that's
realm
that.
of giants, and then there's like other fucking cool ones, but yeah, kind of like this one. This one they
So,
call it Terra Central, like Earth, and that's the water around it. You get what I'm saying? It's
okay,
cool. It's
now
cool.
go back to that one you was just saying for me. Okay, so see how you got the earth, and then you got earth on the left side, right? Which
No,
is
this is just Earth.
yeah. But I'm saying, well, what is that on the side? That yeah, the blue.
That's the home of the light elves, and then this says home of the fire giants and fucking demons.
Okay, so reason why I'm saying it because this remind me of what I had seen, right? All right, Dolo. This remind me of what I seen where, uh, and when I left my body, I'm sorry, when I was in another stimulation, and in the sky on say the left side, it was what was it? It was a moon, and then right below it, it was another moon. Yeah. And then on the right side, it was another moon and another moon. And down the middle, like that, like what you showing, it was three suns. And you know what I'm saying? And I ain't know what the hell it meant. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, what the hell?
None of your business. Yeah, that's just let's put it like this, like you're a badass warrior in like this land. You know what I mean? Let's just it's an example. Like you're a badass warrior, you've done 1,000 things, you lived in you've done 100 lives. And you're like this dope motherfucker. And then one day you just travel over here, but you don't know amongst you, unbeknownst, as the white people say, unbeknownst you find yourself being an 8-year-old kid, forgotten memory. You lost as a motherfucker instantly. They say, hey, don't go over there. That's strong magic. And you're like, what type of magic? It's where magic gets erased. And you're like, what do you mean? So you go over there. Next thing you know, you don't even know that you went over there. It's like that type of serious. So
Dang.
hopping between realms, that ain't no fucking joke. That's like, you would say you're a god, but it's more just like you're an advanced one. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
So
the whole point of the construct
uh-huh.
is that we're learning lessons because when you're an infinite god, like you're saying, like just a spirit floating, like that infinite computer, you can
Yes,
do
yeah.
everything, type in anything, manipulate anything, perceive it all from a million angles and a million lifetimes for a billion years, and you can do it all. You can play every single game from every perspective, from one-handed to no-handed to a kid pressing it with his chin, like you can try it all. But the whole idea is it's not real until you step into a construct and make it so. Until the
So
experience becomes materialized, like you said, when you put
that's
it
what
into more attention, more focus, it becomes denser and becomes a lower dimensional field. So even light is a lower dimensional thing. So the highest dimension, the highest perception possible is almost absent-mindedness, clarity, bliss, ignorance, clear, nothingness almost, right? It's
nothing.
it's like
Yep.
not even white, not even black. And then
Yep.
right after that, as soon as you gain consciousness from that, it's almost like you thought you saw white light, but then you're into blackness.
Yep.
It's all infinite black. And then after infinite black, you start to create, and that creates light again.
That's right.
And then the more light condensed becomes matter itself, frequencies and whatnot. It's
Yep.
fucking crazy shit. That's why when you get knocked out and somebody hits you hard enough, you see white light. What's up with that?
Woo! Talk
That's
to him.
because your
Talk
your
to us. Talk to us.
consciousness hits that breach. It literally breaches that moment, that like you ever been you know that feeling, right? When you've been hit
Yeah, I
so
got
hard
I
in the
got
head.
uppercut one time in a
You know what
fight.
I mean? Like you've seen those movies and shit where they get hit and they're just like completely stunned, their eyes look up, you know what I mean? And it's like that they're like gone. Like for 2 seconds, it's just like
Yep.
and then they look around like, what the fuck just happened? And then they realize, oh yeah, like in a fight, like oh yeah, like
Yep.
I got
Yep.
hit hard. Like they remember, oh fuck, like this motherfucker got some fists. Like he made me
Yep.
forget I didn't even know. I thought it was early this morning for a second. Like, where am I? What am I doing? Like, what was I just? Yeah, that memory loss, getting hit that hard with memory loss. See, that's the same thing too. When you become an ultra god or ultra saiyan, as you say, fucking true god, ascended, you don't have memory. There's nothing to contain it. Memory is a container. Memory is something to remember. But when you're everything, there's nothing to remember.
To remake.
So you know what I'm saying? So people are like, I want to become God. It's like easy now
Don't wait.
because God wanted to be like you.
Ex-
Mac Miller said that too. Everyone wanted to be like God, but God wanted to be like us. Why else did he make man? Now you're gonna forsake yourself? What the fuck?
Uh,
God, how are you gonna do that? How you gonna if you are Christian, let's just say that, how are you gonna let God down by trying to be like God all the time? Be yourself, motherfucker. Just be
that's
you.
that's the
Just be
knowing.
you.
That's the knowing of God. Look, it's prime example, right? Prime example.
That's why we're here. To
It,
become that which we're not. That's why
oh,
evil exists. Because
oh, look,
you know what I'm
it,
saying?
it's
Evil
a
will always exist in this construct
and this guy
to teach
exactly.
you. So, and the certain people, like let's just say me and you, we die. We get hit by a car. Dead. We come
Mhm.
back and we say, I'm not a mean person, but I'm kind of, I'm rough. Like I kind of
I-
like doing that tough shit. I like, shooting motherfuckers in games. I like that feeling. So yeah, I will come back as a Illuminati member, and I will join one of those bloodlines, and I will push motherfuckers around and talk shit. Like, but everything you sign up before you do that lifetime, they say now, like you get what I'm saying. They tell you there's certain things you can't do, and you say, oh yeah, of course, I get it. I'm not supposed to
It's
directly like influence or negatively do something like that. But you sign that treaty and they say, "Man, this is gonna be dope. I always wanted money. I never came back and had money." You know what I mean? Now I finally get to do it. Like that's why this whole entire lifetime, every time you've ever seen the past history of every mankind, only certain beings and certain families and bloodlines ever had power.
yep.
Because it's not your motherfucking turn to have a break. It's not your turn to take a rest. It ain't your turn yet. You know what I
Hey,
mean? Learn your lessons, and on your last one, you can do it if you want. I mean, you don't have to necessarily be evil. You can just be one of the good kids that move on. You know what I mean? I got my daddy's money, $44 million. Like, well, fuck. I guess
right.
you're set. You know what I mean? And he never has a kid. You ever wonder why those millionaires don't have a kid sometimes? They're
That's
not
true.
supposed to continue that bloodline. Your shit done. Oh,
Damn.
I busted a nut in every girl. You know what I mean? I lived a life, and now
I'm
this
shooting
one is
blanks.
pregnant. Why is that? Huh? Yeah, he been smoking cigars for how long? 89 years? He didn't get cancer? He been drinking
That's
for how
true.
long? He been doing what for you know what I mean? Those
That's
mechanics that
true.
get grease on their hands, why don't certain people die? Just why don't certain people die? Fuck carrying the sentence on. Just why don't certain people die when they do certain things? And the next guy immediately dies. The next guy gets checked. It's like, huh? Like I stood up, I checked, I ducked. The next dude, he stands up by. It's like, what?
Look,
How?
hey,
Why him? And
hey,
then and
brother.
then they always have that guilt, like, "If I stood there for one more second, it would have been
Yeah,
me, but the
yeah.
poor
Hey,
kid." Like,
it's
but
funny you
no,
say
it was
that.
him. It was always him.
Hey, look, it's
You
funny you
know?
say that, right? I was watching this clip.
That was his lesson. He wanted to learn fear.
Look, it was a clip of this
Fear
dude. He was
done,
a
you know what
crip.
I mean?
Exactly. This dude, he was a crip. He said, he was like, yeah, man. He was skinny. This motherfucker looked like Valine. He was skinny like Valine, grown as hell. Yeah, man. I got shot 18 times, right here, here, right, with a automatic. He like, yeah, and I got back. I'm still here. I'm like, damn, how the fuck, man? People die off just getting shot with a 22. You know what I'm saying? In the
Yeah,
arm. Like,
bit
what
by a
the
snake, you know what I mean?
man? So it just showed like what you saying. You know, it really makes sense. You know, it makes
So people
sense.
think it's destiny. It is to a degree, but like it's hard to explain because it isn't. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like if I told it's like a video game, right? It's kind of like that Super Mario Brothers. You running, you jumping, doing all that bullshit, and like the map is always the same. But if you notice in the old school games, it kind of forces you along. Like you have to. It's really slow, but if you don't go, you know what I mean. And the faster you go
It,
forward, the screen will move with you, and you
it
won't even
goes
notice it. And if you stand there for a while, then the screen thing will catch back up to you. Like, hey, remember, you got to keep moving.
gotta keep
Like,
moving.
yeah. So
Oh,
that
shit.
that's what they call destiny. It's kind of like because it's the wheel of life. Journey. They sing about that. The wheel in the sky.
The sky keep on.
Yeah.
No, let stop, man. That's my shit. Though.
Rush has a song about that. A bunch of religions believe in that, and they know stuff like that. So if you know, you know, right? That type of bullshit. The
Right.
zodiac symbol. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The astrological signs. How they're If you look at those like pictures they have, they're always in a circle and it's like a compass almost. Sometimes it looks like the pirate's wheel with like a little like, you know.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, it's cool shit, man. So
Exactly.
let me show you how time work real quick. Real quick. Uh, oh well, I guess I'll. All right. So you got this here plate, right? So
Uh-huh.
kind of like what you were saying, how you earlier, you can jump from one timeline to another timeline if you ascend your frequency, right, in your vibration or some
Right.
shit, from one realm to another.
Mhm.
So, like, let's say you were started right here. If time were to start right here, and this is the all existence of everything, then at the same exact time that time began, it also ended too, and everything was already there. Because if time moves linear for you as a 3D being, then for everything else, it's already existent. So as a higher frequency being, fourth dimensional and up, this is how 4D works. For you as a 3D being, you got to take forever to get to
So,
that 12 o'clock position.
yep.
Just for 24 hours to pass, you got to wait actually 24 hours. For the other beings, they can just move along at any fucking point in time. They don't got to wait. They don't got to wait for the wheel to turn.
Exactly.
Or you can take wormholes or dimensions and travel through it. I mean, many people
Mhm.
don't believe it, but it's whatever. I mean, I'm not trying to convince people. I'm not trying to, like I always say, like, I'm not trying to get in the way of the Illuminati. You know what I mean? Have your fun, do your thing. Like,
Mhm.
because if I were to invent my own technology, you think I'm gonna give it out? No, because motherfuckers are gonna fuck it up. They're gonna try to make money off of me. They're gonna bother me. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna make my own car that runs off water and not tell nobody,
And
because
not tell nobody. Look, hey,
that's
look,
just the
look.
way it is.
But you know what's so crazy?
And that's
So
the
you
rules
see
too.
that,
Apparently, that's the rules.
look, it's
And
crazy you
I
say that.
agree. I get it because look at all these dumb motherfuckers. If I give them any more technology, more destruction will come upon them and get in their own way.
Ooh.
You get what I'm saying? Like imagine this.
Ooh.
Imagine all the youngsters today. They get a robot that can suck them and fuck them and clean the dishes for them. You think they're gonna respect anybody?
No,
Not just females. Anybody.
that's true.
All humans and beings will be disregarded the second they make animatron robots.
But hold on, hold on, did you see that
People don't think about it, but
what's his
there's
name?
more dumb motherfuckers on this planet than there are good people.
You might got a point there. You might got a point there. What they call awareness. You get
They're
what's
good,
his
but they're
name?
dumb.
What's his name that make the Tesla cars? What's his name? Is it Tesla? What was his name?
Oh, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. So you see, Elon Musk already stated that he's creating he got the robots that for 20,000 to go to work for us, to walk our dogs, to clean our house. You know what I'm saying? So again, because you just made me think. You just really made me think like, damn, hold on. Because, oh shit, it is really making me think. The younger generation, right? Because I'm in my 30s. When I was young, I remember we had games, but we was outside. Like we played the game here and there, but outside meant more to us. You know what I'm saying? Now, look at it. Just look at it.
Well, wait,
Now the kids are becoming more disrespectful. They don't give a shit about nothing but robotic type shit. You know what I'm saying? AI shit. So it makes sense of
but
what
it's
you
fun.
saying.
It's
If
all fun.
you giving
What else are you doing? Because remember, okay, let's talk about this part now. This is my favorite part about this conversation. Because
Mhm.
as like I naturally come from the 40. That's where I like hanging out. I don't
Okay then.
really,
Okay.
I don't like this Play-Doh 3D shit.
Same here.
This shit pisses me off. Because think about it. When you take two different colors of Play-Doh and you mix them motherfuckers, some turn purple when you take red and blue and mix it.
Mhm.
But you can never separate them again. They're stuck. They're mixed.
It's-
Oh, I don't like it. Pisses me off. Makes me feel like an autistic kid, right? But in the 4D, I can unseparate them again. I can take what was broken and not have created it in the first place. Like, oh, I really want to make a nice chair for my grandma. Next thing you know, she breaks it and fucking dies. I'm like, whoa, rewind, you know?
Right,
Making
right.
no chair at all. She lives. She sits in her old
Okay.
chair. Good. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, cool. And the 40, my grandma experiences it too, and she's just like, nah, fuck that. That shit hurt. I'm keeping my old chair. You know what I mean? But as a 40 being, it's whatever.
Mhm.
Um,
Okay, hold on, hold
dude,
on. Before you go, brother Pete. So somebody they want to ask you a question.
can I ask that guy in glasses something? Yes. Well, yeah, hurry up. I mean, sorry. Go ahead. I prefer the question just being asked anyway. You don't
See,
gotta
there
ask
it
like
is.
you don't gotta ask. You know what I mean? Just talk.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm on. Just jump in this motherfucker. I wish more people could come on here, man.
I
Cause the
think it
knowledge,
can be.
I love knowledge. The awareness of knowledge is like to hear, cause I love hearing the other parts of the mind. You know what I'm saying? And what I understand, as above, like to say, as above, so below. In the mind, even when they say it in the Bible, this is how I look at it. Okay, okay,
Mhm.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let him answer that. Go ahead.
How do you get to 40? You already are. You were just taught in 3D. Everything was shown to you 3D. You think in words.
Drop the mic. Hold on, drop the mic. God damn it. I understood that. I understood it.
40, 40. You have to start. Well, not even just 40. The idea that you're thinking it's the letter 4 and then D. Think about it. What you're thinking in your head, because you're thinking in English words. So that's not 40. 40 is feelings. So it has to start from your mind and your feelings, almost like an intuition, like a knowing, like a heart-driven moment, like a have to. It's like the dreams, where you can't punch. I learned this a little bit about from Dolo, um, also known as Uriel. So, do you know who Uriel is?
Uh-uh.
He's wild. I don't know why he came back and did some shit, but he came back in this black avatar.
Mhm.
Man, he's cool as fuck though. He's smoking mad weed on his lives like this with like hundreds of people watching. He's talking about the 4D, how to operate and move your astral body. Because some people
Mhm.
get and he kind of described it like, in those dreams where you're trying to punch somebody, you can't, or you're
You
trying to
can't.
run and you're like, God
And you
damn it, why
running
can't I
slow as
get
hell.
out of here? You know what I mean? Yeah. The reason is because you're thinking wrong. You in your mind, you're thinking, I gotta run.
I gotta
Those are
run.
still English words as a little kid you were taught. I need to run out of here. And you're thinking legs do running. No, they don't.
So that
Remember
so
think about it? You remember in the movie Matrix? You think that's air you're breathing?
hey, look, I already
You
understand.
think
That's what I was
those are
about to
legs?
lab on it. Like
You need to look at that person and think with fire and hate and think of a comet and just boom, boom, like and say that, say boom. Say, you know what I mean? Switch the words from I need to get out of here or I hate you to I'm gonna break that face. Watch this face shatter. Watch this being die. You know what? You have to switch the words then. Because if you're operating off of words, be careful what you speak. Be careful because in the next dimension, the words you were taught in this reality are going to help you learn how to operate your higher God self later. Because being born as a young God self, coming here and learning these words, kind of like you, not saying you're young, Eric, but you, let's just say this, you grew a little faster than we expected. When we planted your seed as a son,
yeah.
sometimes they go nova quick. You stabilized. Some people at your age don't stabilize during the situations that I'll channel a little that we placed you in. You
Hmm.
you did
Hmm.
handle them as good as we could, right? As good as you could. It's not like you could have done better. We didn't give you money. We didn't give you
Hmm.
anybody else to
Hey,
talk
hey,
to.
hey.
You didn't have nobody to look to. You were in your room. What the fuck is going on?
Yep.
And that's kind of exactly what you signed up for. You said you could do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You did it.
Yeah.
Look at you now. Look at the color of your shirt. That's the same color your son was. You know
Hey,
what I mean?
see? Yep.
So like,
Yep.
and remember, it makes me laugh because you joined this construct, you joined this realm, you chose this moment, you chose this level. You said, I want
Yep.
the hard one. I want the harder one. Keep going. I want that one, the darker one, the harder one. And they were like, yo, shit. Like, you aren't, you don't even, you've never been here before. You don't know what it's like. And you were like, fuck it. I've done other stuff like it, you know? And they're like, yeah, but that's your own growth process to get to the form you are now. That wasn't necessarily a true experience. And you were like, fuck it. I want the true mirror experience of myself. And they were like, all right. You say you can do the Messiah then. So you're
Yep.
doing what they call the full, yeah, you're doing called a full dive, full drop from, what do they call it? From the most high to the most low, back to the most high again from one
Yep.
go.
Yep.
And you're just going to drill it the entire time. So, and
Damn.
just in this lifetime, just at this moment, you hit that 0 point and you danced and you made full circle and you started to come back. So instead of staying there and failing, you started to come back. So now you're on the rise again. So no matter what it looks like, even if you die, even if you become poor again, you already rose, like you said. You're already on the rise. The body can fade and die, and the spirit will fly up and shed
already,
that because it's going to shed
exactly.
anyways at one point.
Yep.
Just like it asked you, it said, "Do you want to shed? You want to die? You want to leave the? You want to?"
Yeah.
And you were like, "Nah, I'll hold on a little longer. I still got my
Yep.
brother. I still got some cool shit to do. I still
Yep.
want to try new foods from Canada. You know what I mean? I want to try some French shit. Like, you still have some ideas. You still have some flavors that you think might help you later on. You know?
Yep.
Which whatever." So it makes me laugh because earlier during those moments you were scared and stuff, and it's like, and you were kind of like, help me, who is the weird police? You know what I mean? Fucking
Yep.
lasers, like what is?
Yep.
Whoa,
Man, I was scared of
portals, like,
shit.
and you couldn't tell if I was dreaming or not, and you were trying to wake up and it wasn't working, so you were like,
And it
okay,
was.
well, I'm running, like, what the fuck
Yep.
else do I do? And then you go
Yep.
outside and it's a whole nother reality, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, where
Mhm.
do I go? Like, how long does this last? Well, it's funny because you were so scared, and it's like you chose all that, and then you let those beings kind of like pretend they could kill a god.
Exactly.
You didn't know it at the time, like, so it's funny. As an
That's
immortal
crazy you
spiritual
say that.
being, you joined this, and you knew there was gonna be some cat chase and some fuck. It was
Yep.
cool though.
Yep.
So don't worry, dude. And I'm not saying you're kind of still focused on some stupid shit, but you know,
Mhm.
it's
Look, hey, that's funny you
whatever
say
you
that
want to
because
do.
I just said that this so crazy. I just said before I went live, I sent Carla an email. I mean a voice message, and I said, "All right, now I'm tired of this shit. I'm at the point now where I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and move past the phase of what I've been operating as. You know what I'm saying? Because it's getting boring now. You know, and when it gets boring to me, I'm like, okay, now I want something else. Now I want to create something else. Now that's greater than, or it's just, I ain't gonna say it's greater. It's just I want to create. I want to move on now because this shit is just boring. You know what I'm saying? But before you say
Yeah.
that, brother, I want to because Dre said, "What's up with the blockages we humans create for ourselves?" And what's
Oh,
up, brother Dre?
that's what he taught me too. A little. Well, he didn't really teach me. Well, yeah, whatever. He reminded me. The Darius J. Wright guy. He said, when you join this construct, you are to become what you are not. You are to experience the things that you are not. So, like, if in the other realm you were born, let's just say you were born as a baby, right? In the God realm, and you're a God baby, new God, hey, little baby, you know, come out and it's like, a baby wants to be just like daddy. So he's gonna come out with all that experience and be like, yeah, I'm a strong motherfucker. You know what I mean? I have, and it is too. It's an exact replica. So he did experience and did do those things. It did duplicate over, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the difference is he's never experienced anything of his own yet still. Kind of like in your situation. So yeah, you were born and you're this big son and big God and big thing, and you've done these
Mm-hmm.
deep dark shit. And
Mm-hmm.
you wanted to experience it for yourself. You wanted to do a full self-reflection of the
Yep.
same download you were already born with, so that then again you could it's kind of like a knight goes out in battle, damn, he's a knight. Everybody watch out. You know what I mean? He's the only one on the horse. He got all the weapons. He a big. I can't hurt him. The arrows. You know what I mean? What do we do? But imagine if he came out and his shit was shiny. His shit had gold. You know what I mean? His shit was he was on a 6-foot high horse. It was like, oh, like look at that. You know what I mean? Like his horse is killing people. His horse, whoa, you know what I mean? This dude has a crossbow now. He just had a spear, but now he got a cross. Whoa, and he's got a spear.
So it would be like,
trying to-
you know them games that you play where you could upgrade your character. It's that upgrade and that, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's called a christening. From taking the prince to a king, you know what I mean? It has to go through a ceremony, through the cerebral, the seance, like the
Yes.
fucking. You have to do the whole sequence, you have to do the process.
Yeah.
You have to do, and in order to do the process, you need the information, which means you have to be in formation, like in the military. You have to be informed. So,
Ooh.
yeah, that's why they call it stay aligned. You know, stay aligned. Like your spine has to be aligned with things.
Yep. Yep.
Keep your mind aligned with your spine. You know, straight.
Yep.
Don't be curved. Don't be slouching, lazy. You know what I mean? Because if you're doing like that, you're lazy. You know what I mean? If you're leaning over, you're lazy. If you're laying down all the time, you're laying down, you're lazy. So many girls are lazy these days. I don't want to date a lazy girl. Anyway, it's dope because, I mean, the little baby God basically in this aspect, when you come down to become that which you are not and to experience that which you have never experienced, kind of like the opposite of you in a way, it's to help fulfill yourself and to fulfill your character and to learn more. Kind of like you said, you want to learn different perspectives. Like that's the exact point. So closed-minded people are like 2D, 1D. So they're just a dot. Some are like a little bitty circle. And then you kind of have open-minded people, and they're not like fully open-minded, you know, but they're like a sphere. So they got different parts of the sphere showing, you know, because open-minded would mean you have 360 degrees of knowledge, like, and you're willing to expand that into 720. Is it 720? I think it's 720, which is double that, which makes another circle. And that basically creates the sphere. So 720 degrees of information is like 40. You're starting to step up into expanding outside of self and not, you get what I'm saying, right? It's not trying to take your personality and conquer. It's not taking the ego of the original self and going forward with it. It's It's kind of like a little kid letting go of that little blanket. You ain't need that no more. You know what I mean? That was the old self. The self that you held on to was just the beginner to help you understand the human and the 3D in this mindset. So, but it's also to help you kind of reawaken into a higher consciousness. Because that's you get what I'm saying too.
Oh, I definitely understand.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy, right? I didn't now I'm I have to watch my words, you know, because now if I say, like, if I be like, oh, I want, you know what, I want this to happen now, or make this happen to me or to somebody. Now it happens.
Yeah, watch out.
Yeah, it happened. It happened. It's an instant thing. It's an instant manifestation, as we would call it, you know. And I'm like,
it's like a feeling too. It's like almost like a want feeling. And it's so powerful. It will be like, okay, Eric, I'll do it. And you're like, whoa, hold on, wait, whoa. Like, it was about to kill the old lady. Like, no, like,
look, and see,
you know,
this
like,
is where
I didn't mean it. Slow down. And it's like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
I'm just now understand. That's why when on my, like I said, on the screen on my phone, when it showed it like coming, and it was like, Eric, we are 1,000, you know, whatever, 1,000 some legion demons or whatever, and we are at your command us. And I was like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I was scared at the time, but as I'm going more and more through through this space, I'm like, oh, sure, I'm being aware of my words, because like I said, things that I say instantly within 2 to 3 days, it manifests. If it don't manifest that day, it's manifesting that next day or that third day every time. And I'm like, oh, so I become more aware of it. And I'm like, damn, I got to be careful. And when I becoming careful is just becoming aware of it. You know what I'm saying? But I still at times I'll be like, man, what the fuck is this motherfucker over here doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, that's ignorant. But then it'll come back. Like, I swear to you, it'll come because this is how it always goes. It's a voice that come like somebody whispering in my ear every time. And it comes and it whispers in the ear. You know that's no. You got to calm. Remember, you got to balance it every time, man. And I'll be like, damn, and I ain't gonna cap. It's a lot of times I'll be like, look, man, give me this shit. But then when I say give me this, I'll be like, damn, wait, if I get that, then how is that going to change? I know it's going to offset a certain part of my life and the people I know. So I'll be like, you know what? I don't want it. I just stay with what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I can't understand. Like, oh shit, I gotta watch my words because they manifest so quickly. I like it right now. If I sit and be like, it's that thing where they be like, oh, think of somebody, and if you think of somebody long enough or whatever, they'll either call you or text you. Like I said, I had understood if you sitting there and while you sitting there, just you get the thought of somebody out the blue, your ex or whoever. It's that thought came from them. You know what I'm saying? It's a transmission from them, and it's by you being calm or by you being like in a more balanced state. Boom, because what they say, energy travel at whatever. You know what I'm saying? So it hits you, and then that's when you like, oh, you unaware of it, but you'll be like, oh. Damn, I wonder what this person doing. But you not knowing that, no, they over there already on you. Like, damn, I miss Johnny. You know what I'm saying? I miss you know what I'm saying? It's just that you thinking, you might not think that it's them that's sending it to you. But the more I start to understand, I say, oh, shit, is when it happened, like I get to thinking of this or thinking of somebody, and I'll be like, oh, that's them. They, what's the name? It happens so much to me now. Man. It happens when I'm at my laughing state. I'm always at a laughing state. I'm always at a playful state. Even if something's serious, I don't. You can look. Let me tell you, Brother Pete. You could be right now like Eric, man. I'm dying of cancer, man. You could be like crying. And me, this is exactly what you would see. You would see me do this. I'll be like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is, but I do know what it is because the soul of what I am is like, but you don't really have cancer. You know what I'm saying?
You know it's not real.
Yeah, so I can't cope with it. I just laugh about things like damn, man, like I'm trying to be serious, but by me knowing like, no, you don't really have it. It's just, what you're in your vessel, you know what I'm saying? But you don't have it. So, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Anybody got some questions? Who got some questions? Put a question up here, somebody. We got to see. So, this is what I wanted to ask you too, Brother Pete. So the woman, this beautiful woman I deal with, right? My woman, she told me, remember you showed me. You said it's a site you told me to go and it's called, what was it, the Doomsday or something like that, where the clock. So look, I showed her that. So she was like, let me show you. No, I didn't show her because I forgot it. And I told her, I was like, my brother Pete showed me this. You know what I'm saying? He showed me about a clock, blah, blah, boom. So she was like, have you seen this one? It's one where right now, like if you go on it, it got who's dying right now all over the world. Who's smoking a cigarette right now? Who drinking water right now? It's in a. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like, I said, how do they know this? How do they know when somebody died literally right now? It's counting it right now as somebody dying. It's counting it right now if somebody drink a beer. It's counting it right now, literally, if somebody's sleeping. It's counting it and it's like, how? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it made me think like, oh, these motherfuckers it's something they got. You know what I'm saying? It's something they got where it's, you know what I'm saying? It can see all that shit. So it's like, damn,
Yeah, dude. Have you seen that show, The Fallout? That new show that have you heard about it at least?
Nah. I'm about to write it down though.
So basically, Fallout is our reality, but like in another dimension where they did nuke the planet and like radiation went bad, right? You know, so they're all living and surviving after the war. Well, when you look up the fucking Elon Musk shit and you look up the type of robots he makes and that he's making, they look crazy similar to these robots made by Robco, which is inside that Fallout show. It's got the one where it's like it can whisk the shit for you. It can grab stuff in the kitchen, like you know what I mean, like the arm on the wall type of shit, and it can extend, and you know what I mean. It can hold the bowl and hold the weight of the. You get what I mean, like
Yes.
a multi-use hand. You get what I'm saying, like cool shit. But at the same time, why is it not necessarily like why, but like how? But at the same time, I don't really care, like because now that now that I'm more familiar, knowing that more of who I am and what I am and why I am, and all the questions you can ask about self. Now that most of those are answered, I still don't, like you said, I'm still bored. I still don't have a real drive to invent something. I don't really have a drive to create. My drive is to just look at more. I would like to look at more. I'd like to, so that's why I'm gonna start working on going out of body more consciously instead of just doing work when I go out of body. Because I hate work, and I know that no matter what, you got to do work. I don't want to explain that to anybody or anyone. Don't, because I don't like it that much. But just know this: most of the times that you go to sleep, like you were saying, when you go to sleep and you went to the other dimension, you're still in a simulation.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because you kept saying stimulation, like something that brings you up. That's the same thing. Because as soon as you get tired in this dimension, something brings you up in that one.
Brings
you
you up in that
energy. Then you start moving around, and then what? You don't know it lasts for 7-8 hours when you go to bed. Suddenly you wake up and you're like, "Oh man, it only felt like a 2-hour dream." Yeah, because that's how long that much the energy takes just for you to leave this body and go back to the other one. That's how much energy is in that dimension. It takes that much energy. So at the same time, how much energy you think it took to birth your ass? God damn. And who's that one scientist? He figured out like we have like billions or something of gigawatts of electricity running through our body if we knew how to tap into it. You know what I mean? So cool shit right there. So I'm gonna work on going out of body consciously so I can just look at more stuff. As much as I want to look at lottery numbers down the street, you know.
So let me ask you then, what would you, if you don't mind me ask? You could say nah. You say, look, pass on that. But so when you, not if you, when you start having your out of body, your conscious out of body, what would you go and like to see?
Yeah, the first thing that keeps popping up is I don't know why, but it feels like almost like my old home, Egypt.
Okay then. Okay.
And like I saw this video of it, and sometimes I get I know how to tap into like the third eye thing where you can see it, almost like remote viewing.
Mm-hmm.
But I never remote view here and now. It's always there and then, which is so stupid. Like I don't know why, but I'm always looking at the past. Like so, anytime I see a video and it's got like a cool like song or some shit, and it's like the 1950s and they're driving an old car or whatever the fuck, and it's like a jazz song or something.
Mm-hmm.
For a split fucking moment, I'm in that motherfucking car and I can look around and I feel it, and then I'm back out type of feeling, and it's almost like a whoa, like hey, that's a little too much. Like hey, like I'm just trying to check out the music. I was just watching the video. Next thing you know, I'm taking the turn. I'm like whoa, like it's weird because I feel ghostly, and I point to my heart because it's almost like a when you're on a roller coaster or you jump off a high cliff and you're diving, that feeling of like that butterfly, that like oh shit, like that weightlessness feeling, that almost like ghastly fucking like so that's what it feels like sometimes for that split second. You know the movie The Shining?
Nuh-uh.
Motherfucker, motherfucker. So in
Explain
the
it.
movie
I'm
The
about to write it
Shining,
down. Could you give me something to look at?
yeah, in the movie The Shining, there's certain people that have they call it The Shining. Get it? The Shining,
I like
you have
that.
an ability to third eye see light, your light.
Damn.
So it's like telepathy. And when they get telepathy though, it's not like they're not like thinking and meditating and they're like, uh-huh, okay, this is nice. They're just doing their own thing. Next thing you know, it hits them and they're like fucking being traumatized by it. Because usually when you have I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like an uncontrollable or like you had trauma as a kid. Um,
Mm.
this tends to happen. You get these like deep intuition or deep feelings or deep like experiences or like almost like the movie The Gardener,
Sorry.
which is a fucking dope movie. He's kind of like slow in the head, but he'll watch a show and he'll watch like somebody famous walk up to the president. And or no, the movie's called Being There,
Thing.
not The Gardener. Yeah, like Being There, like
Oh, being
um
there. I'm writing it down.
yeah. Being There. So the dude's kind of slow in the head, and he'll watch TV, and he'll see like a famous NBA star, like Michael Jordan or whatever the fuck, walk up to the president and be like, "Hello, Mr. President," and they'll do the handshake, and he'll see them shake hands, and he'll stand up and go, "Hello, Mr. President," while he's watching the TV, just so he can like feel what it's like, and he'll
Feel
see
it,
like the
yeah.
military salute. So he'll stand up and he'll do a salute and stuff, and like he just wants to know what it's like. So he's experiencing multiple lifetimes in one body. And you get what I'm saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you
I'm
watch that
telling
movie, see, remember, I always give you shit. Every time I come to you and give you stuff, it's to enhance you and to make you
you.
remember,
Yeah.
to show you.
Yeah.
I don't really necessarily know my purpose. I mean, I get it. I'm kind of like a helper and a guide, and like that's why my only drive is to observe more. Because I already know I've
That's my.
created. I've already known it's all been created. It's all just being hidden right now.
Yep.
And what more to do is to look at what's been hidden. Why
Exactly.
why wait till Christmas Day when I can simply open the gifts now? And people say, "Well,
Exactly.
aren't you the Grinch?" Well, what the fuck are you gonna do? That's the
Exactly.
only
Look.
reality. That's why this construct is cool because I know I'm not doing purposeful malice. I'm just having fun doing very, very specified malice. It's almost like the beaver, right? People are like, that beaver's destroying the forest. That's his fucking job. How does it, that's his
Hey,
job. How
oh,
dare you?
hey,
How,
look, I'm about to tell you. I say that, like, I swear, I used to hate roaches. I still hate them now. I ain't gonna cap.
their
But
job is to clean,
if I was
but
to,
you should be
yeah, that
cleaning.
I had to, I, like when my mind switched over, and I was like, look, damn, they actually doing the job. You know what I'm saying? They on the job. These motherfuckers clean for you. You know what I'm saying?
He said
Oh,
they
we
on
ready
the
to talk
job.
about some chips, some Fritos. Look, hey, let's go get.
Yeah,
We want to take that with us
yeah.
because
And
I'm
they
about to
see
tell
it
you.
too.
Yeah, because this me now, how I am now, like I'm so in tune with so much, you know what I'm saying, that earth, you know what I'm saying, like with people, with things, with animals, bugs, everything, you know what I'm saying? Like now, like I said, I feed. Man, I go out there and I see a damn bee or a beehive or you know what I'm saying. I don't run from it. If it's a thing of bees floating around in one spot, I'm not about to run from it. I actually go to it. You know what I'm saying. But I go to it so peacefully. You know what I'm saying. I get to talk. Hey, how y'all doing? Y'all all right? You know what I'm
I
saying.
bother them, dude.
You know what I'm saying. Yeah,
I
man.
love it. I bother
It's
most insects
yeah,
now. Now that yeah, like you said, like now that you can kind of feel their field, feel their energy, and like you can kind of
yeah,
feel them out. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's kind of like like if you see 100 bulls, there's that one you can walk up to and you'll just be cool with it. But you look at the other ones and you're like,
Hey, them
nah, I don't know. I get that feeling like, look at that one. He's kind of actually he's coming towards me a little. Just need to get the fuck up out of here. But then that
exactly,
one boy you're
man.
next to, you kind of pat him like, hey man, I gotta go, but you're the cool one.
But you're the cool one.
You know what I
Exactly,
mean?
man.
So same thing with like insects everywhere. I just fuck them up, man. Like I'll see a bee like on a a flower, and I'll just give him a poke real quick, like, what are you gonna do? Get to work. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
little stuff.
Uh,
Like I don't kill things though. When I sit on the ground,
Same
those
here.
little red mites, they're like the size of a fucking
Mhm.
pinhead. I try to get them out of the way and I blow them. I'm like, dude, like, and I'm just like, well, I
Mhm.
guess I'm not meditating today because they're fucking everywhere. So I just go back in and like I sit in the chair or something, you know. I like laying on the
Yep.
concrete to take all the sun in. That shit feel good.
Yeah. That's
But yeah, man, like
that, that's
I just don't
crazy.
kill shit because what's the point?
Exactly.
That
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
really though, what's the point? Like because it's in your house. Like that's not. I mean, what are you, a simpleton? That's your
Hey,
reasoning?
look. Let me
Why'd you
tell you.
drink it? Somebody poured it for me. Well, by golly.
Look, look. Okay, so like yesterday, right? I went to see my lady. She it was a moth, big moth in the house. She like oh, the kid's scared of the moth. You know, I'm like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Scared of
well,
the month.
she said she was like it was a bug. It's a big bug in the kitchen. I'm like, a bug. So I go, you know what I'm saying? There it go right there. You know, she's scared. Everybody's scared. I'm about to kill it. I'm like, it's a moth, man. Like, hold on, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Hey, that ain't scary. Like to me, I'm just like, no. You know what I'm saying? So I come, it flies away. You know, flies everywhere. Big one too. It flies everywhere. So I follow. I'm like, hey, what's up? Come on, man, let's go. You know, I'm speaking to it as I'm going. So then it goes and it comes and it lands. It goes by the table. And I put my hand out, and the mug come and just fly on my hand and just stay there. I'm like, oh, you gonna fly off with no? You know what I'm saying? It just stayed there. So I just, all right, come on, man, let me get you up out the house. You know what I'm saying? Walk them
Yeah.
outside. And, oh, there you go, man. You know what I'm saying? But I don't kill things, man. Cause how I look at it is this. I say, like, you got people with you got them, you know, the motherfucking over there in damn, them fucking rich motherfucking Iraqians, whatever, they be having them fucking tigers and shit. This, when I first seen that, and I seen over in Africa, like some people be having them wild motherfucking tigers and all. What happened? Had them tigers and all, and I'd be like, damn, what the fuck? They ain't getting bit. You know what I'm saying? That which it sent me into why they not getting bit by these, because we are taught like, hey, these species, they'll kill you, they that do. So then I started
Yeah,
that's
you've
when
seen those videos
yeah,
with the
you know what
fucking
I'm
lion in the room and they're all
saying?
rolling around with it,
You know what I'm
pushing
saying?
him to the
Land they
other guy.
blood. So it
Yeah.
made me understand. It was a video I seen too, where this dude, old Mexican dude, he said, he put his hand out and the butterfly came and it came to him and just landed on him. And he was like, when you're at peace, uh things like the nature will come to you. You know what I'm saying? So that when I seen it, I what? You know what I'm saying? So it made me, Eric, calm your energy. Calm your energy. You know what I'm saying? Be in peace. You know what I'm saying? So I started being in peace and everything. So that's what led me to, I'm like, wait, okay, I feel I could go around any animal and be like, I ain't gonna say any, because like you said, you got them few out the pack, like, yeah, bring your ass on here. I like dark meat anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna say this. Don't laugh, y'all. I kid y'all not. I don't know what it is. My energy is so peaceful. All right. I
What
I,
is?
I have a very, very peaceful energy. So
Dude,
if I'm
you're
around
gay.
a boy dog or girl dog, these
See?
motherfuckers be wanting to come and try to hump on me. I'll be sitting there and they'd
See,
just
I
come,
knew it. You're gay.
they'd get to like this, like and licking me and everything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
I know
then
what you
they
mean.
get trying to hump my leg. And so I'm like, what the fuck? But they don't do it to other people. And it's like,
Has
what
this
the
happened
fuck?
your whole life?
Huh? No, it just started. It started once I transformed, went over, and that's when it started happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I mean, what the fuck is
Yo,
going on? Hey, man, I ain't
for me,
gay,
it was
man.
my whole life.
Chill out. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But it is what it is, man.
Do you know why? Let me tell you why.
Talk to me, my brother.
So, you've seen some anime, right? Not like a lot, but you've seen like maybe 10 different shows, you know what I mean? So you kind of
Uh-huh.
get,
Uh-huh.
how that shit works. They always talk about magic and the spirit world and what's your power, what's your ability, like that type of shit. One kid can shoot fireball. Another kid could finger his own ass from a mile away. Another kid can make snow cones. You know what I mean? When he pisses, and you're like, all right, these motherfuckers, they ain't the main character. But that fireball kid, it looked like he can do something. You know?
Yeah.
To me, that's what most animes like. People are like, this anime is really awesome. I'm like, nah, that's that finger ass snow cone kid. I don't want to watch him. I want to watch Fireball, dude. He looks pretty cool.
He
But
said,
what I'm getting at is when you're in another realm, because this realm doesn't allow for any of that shit. This realm is all technology.
yeah.
Wake up, brothers. Get ready. Big news. You will never see magic here. The time that magic was here, total fucking accident.
It was, yep.
Total accident.
Yep.
And it came through. That's the crazy thing about magic. As soon as it comes through, it spreads like a wildfire. It's really hard to contain. But we got it. We got to contain. Let's just put it that way. And God, did it do some damage? That's where you get shit like King Arthur and Merlin and like Merlin's staff and the magic and the Philosopher's Stone. It's like, wait, whoa, slow down. Like, how'd y'all get back up? And then like, why do humans know about magic? Why do humans feel like at one point they could just do shit? Like, why do we feel like, not like in the spirit world, like where we just kind of could think it and it would happen or we would move and motivate it. But in this dimension, it kind of feels like, yeah, I remember used to being able to levitate. I used to remember like just dropping an item and it wouldn't hit the ground because I would not want it to. And it would just simply like, what happened to that? It's like, yeah, why can't we remember what we used to? It's like weird. Anyway, forget all that. When you're outside of this realm and you're in other realms that allow it, or you have the body or mentality or the whatever, right? The spiritual level, because humans like to guide things in level, which is a linear thing, the 3D.
Right.
There's no level. It's just, anyway, when you're at a higher level, either outside of this realm or this construct, but you still want to view what's going on inside another one, you can send part of your energy through, kind of like a, you know what I mean? Like you take your eyeball and it squeezes through the hole in the wall, and then that eyeball turns into a human and walks around. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's not powerful at all. I mean, you get poked in the eye and you're like, oh, you know what I mean? So that body gets poked in the eye and it's done. You know what I mean? There goes your vision. It's out. That creature is out. So one sensory perception usually is allowed for another dimension. So you got beings that just want to come here and feel it. They want to feel what it's like. So you got a worm. You know what I mean? The worm is just sitting there and it feels a vibration and it's like, ooh. It's like, I like this earth. It feels good. It feels warm. It feels cold. It feels sharp. Like, they just want to feel it. They don't give a fuck. And it's more for like a hive consciousness. The being that controls this construct, he has multiple vessels or whatever, right? The beings have multiple creatures here. So they can keep a data pattern or like a projections. They can get the information, at a constant flow. They can always see what's going on and always feel what's going on. The all-knowing, right? It's because they're here knowing it. When you're like, I feel like somebody's watching me, it's either the fly on the wall, the ant on the ground, the spider that you can't see, or it's the bacteria on the wall, or it's you yourself looking in the mirror. And they're just sitting there using the bacteria on top of your eyeball to be like, yeah, I see you. You ain't getting away. You can turn your phone off. But me, the God construct who made this, who's watching over you, who signed the contract with me to join this, I know what you're doing. Anyway, those beings can come down as an animal or an insect. So they can send down their left hand or whatever you know what I mean? Obviously, you can use your left hand still. But it's just an idea. Like, you can send down a part of your energy to still be aware of it, what's going on. It's kind of like you play a phone game, you know what I mean, for about an hour, and then the dentist is like, okay, you're ready for your appointment, so you put it up, and you do your day, you come home from work, and it's like, I got 3 hours till it's bedtime, and you're like, well, I'm gonna make dinner at 8, and it's 7, so I guess I can pick up that game again for about an hour. So that game is like another body dimension here. So to them, it just resumes like nothing ever happened because they're at a higher dimension. Remember that plate I showed you? Yeah. So they just resume it at the same time they left off, and the game don't know no better because it's not supposed to know no better. So the characters on the simulation don't know. So that's why you're sitting there and you're looking at that frog or that spider or that whatever the fuck, and you're like, why is it just sitting there?
Mm-hmm.
And you give it a poke or you go near it and nothing happens, and then you kind
Yep.
of do it again, and then it kind of like,
But then
hey,
that's when
and
it
then it moves
jerks and
along. Like, what are you
it moves
doing?
along. Exactly.
Because the guy he feels his phone vibrate, you know what I mean, other dimension, and he looks and he goes, oh, this motherfucker trying to take my shit. So he gets on his game real quick and runs away. He's like, nah, not today, bitch. So the same thing with the frog. That little kid's about to grab the frog. Like, oh, I can touch this frog. I can probably grab him. Or right before she grabs it, it's like, nah, fuck that. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
but not all things are like that. Some things are just there so that you can tap into it, just like a creation. So some god over there was like, okay, all right, some realm overseer. You know what I mean? He takes over. Some people have jobs, literally, like aliens, right? You want to call them aliens. That's his job. So he comes down here, checks on his product, takes you, looks in your butthole, and he's like, nah, they're all doing it wrong. So he zooms back out and he's like, yeah, I got the data. They're eating bad food. What do we do?
Yep.
And
Yep.
to you, you're like, they touched me. They hurt me. And you're like, they didn't do anything to you. Go back to bed. Go to work. You're dumb anyway. You don't even know. You probably don't even have a soul right now. You're just a useless vessel till somebody else
Yep.
wants to hop in anyway.
Yep.
But
Yep.
yeah, dude, it's cool. Like, so you know what I mean? It's not like that's why when you see like a billion bees, they're all just regular bees. Every now and then you hear about that story where it's like this bee came into my house and she lived with me for 3 weeks, and then she, you know, like started building a colony, and like it's like, what the fuck? Like, why did it trust that human? What the fuck? And every day she fed it water and gave it honey, you know? So you know what I mean? Certain like the squirrel that comes to
Yep.
my house, there's hundreds of squirrels, but why does this one come into my house, check me out, have a cool time, you know, for about 20 minutes, and then he goes?
Then
Because he's
dip.
a real being on the other side, like, oh, I know what's up. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? He's like, I'm
and
gonna get my shit, I'm gonna get what I need, and I'm gonna go.
I'm
Because
gonna
he's
go.
playing too. So when he comes
Exactly.
down and plays at a lower level, he's gonna take advantage. So when you have pets, certain pets, not all pets, some are guides, some are like there to assist you, some are there to like keep your emotion in balance or try to remind you to be active. Hey, take me on a walk. Take me on. Hey, motherfucker, you fat motherfucker,
Yep.
get me on a walk. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
And people,
That
it's so stupid. They let their dog take a shit and they're just standing there. It's like, man, you do some push-ups, you fat kid. Do something while you walk.
it
You know
said
what I
this,
mean?
so why you walk? Look, I'm about to tell you how it's true what you said. So when I was it was my one of my trends, and I remember it told me, it said, Eric, it said, through you, through certain people, we like y'all are spies. So meaning, yeah, like just how you just said, that motherfucker raccoon or whatever the hell come to the house and yeah, oh yeah, I'm looking. You know what I'm saying? I got what I need.
Yeah.
I'm out. Hey, deuces. All right, yep. You know what I'm saying? It told me. It was like through certain people, exactly what you just said. Through certain people, it was like because y'all are the ancient ones. Y'all are watching what's happening. We're like y'all are in a certain time at a certain place. Everything and we're seeing through y'all. You know what I'm saying? Which the people that's doing, they don't know it though. But we through us, we're basically like we're collecting the information and sending it back to them. You know what I'm saying? But we don't know, like,
Yeah.
damn, what? Some told me to go down this aisle today, and it was a guy there or a woman there, or it was something, and they caught my eye. It's all this, it's the information that we gathering to send back to certain beings, you know what I'm saying? The beings that, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy how it go, you know. But
You
yeah,
know,
man.
the reason why I try to wake you up is because I like doing shit right. But the most fun I ever have is usually messing with other people and like going where I shouldn't go. But I like doing it with a lot of people because then it's cool. Then it's just like we got power. Like, what are y'all gonna do? We're here. We're not supposed to be here, and then we leave before they can do anything. That's my favorite thing to do. So it's funny because
I did it. I ain't gonna lie, I did it a few. What? Listen to me. You hear me?
it's like
Listen to me.
How do I explain that? I don't know. I ain't got nothing. I just
No.
like power. I don't like using power. I just like the ability to really like to step into other dimensions and realms and look at shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like yeah. So you ever wonder why there's like 100 people at the picnic, but the bees only got that one motherfucker. That the
Mm-hmm.
wasp only got that one dude.
Yep.
And people are like, it's karma. It's like kinda. But imagine
Mhm.
if the dude that died who got picked on, he died like 80 years from that moment. And he
Right.
came back in life and looked at it and was like, "No, I'm gonna get bees on that motherfucker." Yeah, and they're like, "Sure, do what you want," you know. He's like, "Yeah, fuck him, I'm gonna get bees on him."
I
You
see.
gonna pick on me back in high school? Fucking take some bees, bitch. So, and then he does it, and then they're just like, "Oh, you a bad motherfucker. Why you doing that to him?" You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
because it is all a game, and
Yep.
that's actually what I learned from the first little alien that landed here. You can look this up too. Write this down. Roswell PDF. Like Roswell, New Mexico, you know,
Yep.
Area 51. So it's called Roswell PDF. And basically, you'll find a website, you'll click on it, and it's like either you download it or it'll be on the website. And it's like, I think like 58 pages, something like that. And you can read about the interview with the first alien that crashed from the Area 51. And her name was Airl, AIRL. When they asked her name in telepathy with the girl,
Yeah.
she was apparently a nurse who was working on base, who was getting these messages at the same time they were trying to use their own interpreter. So they were in a room talking to the gray alien, and they had their interpreter talking to an observer, or a realm observer, an alien, basically. Like basically, you know how like you play a video game online,
Mhm.
and there's people that are invisible that are watching for people that say like the N word. You know what I mean? As soon as
Yep.
you say the N word,
Yep.
bam! Like you out of here, boy.
Yep.
You fucking evil. You know what I mean? Oh, you cheating? Bam! You out of here. So there's
Mhm.
people like that making sure certain rules are still applied no matter what, even if it's unseen. Yeah, we're gonna just like you
It's
said,
yeah.
no matter what. There's a UFO in the sky watching your ass. So like,
Yep.
you know what I mean? Um, they were talking, doing their own thing in the room, and then this girl on the other side of the base was getting these messages, and she basically, I don't know how they found out. You can read about it. I forget. It's fucking like 10 years ago when I read this. She ends up becoming the main interpreter. So she's fucking talking to this girl, and they ask her name, Airl, AIRL. If you look near Roswell, New Mexico on like Google Maps, I found this place called something Aeronautical Institute of Research and Laboratory. So AIRL is the short word for that. And I was like, oh, that little sucker. She was flying around and she took that name off the side of the building, was like, Errol, that sounds like a girl
Hell,
name.
right.
They'll never
Right.
know. And I was like, oh, I
Hell
fucking
no.
knew because I used to be a gray, and that's what I would do. Take the most
Mhm.
recent data and shorten that shit up and give it out as a name. Like, take the first word because that's what they want to identify something to. So then, okay, here you go. Here's a word. Fuck off. That's a girl
Yeah.
version. That's what you wanted. Just like a
Ah,
computer, like
there
a
you go.
hyper
Fuck off.
computer. I'm gonna produce the exact thing the AI, the human asked for. Like an AI, I want a girl's name for a baby, and she's a little bit Hispanic and a little bit Irish. Errol. Like, oh, okay. Errol, because it's Irish and Errol, like you know what I'm saying. But
Ah,
anyway,
ah.
um, she talks about how each soul is an immortal, spiritual, benevolent entity. And she calls those ISBEs, ISBE, an immortal, spiritual, benevolent entity that exists forever. We created everything, and we created this reality to have fun. It's a game, all this shit. It's just something to do because we always existed and we always are. So we just have shit to do. So she said the funnest game we've ever created was war.
Mm.
That's it's the woo. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers go to war and they're like, oh, I want to stay there. I want to. Some people love it. Most people don't like the result of it. But the energy that goes into war, how apparent is it? It's been everywhere. Creatures war, things war, everything wars.
Yep. Yep.
Because war is like a really For the third dimension, it's a really cool way to also create and to recombine and to recycle.
Mm.
But at the same time, it's not cool. You know what I mean? Like,
Uh-huh.
to me, it's more not cool than it is cool. I would
Mhm.
prefer war if it was isolated, like it is in other realms or other dimensions where they have like in the old days we had coliseums and they tried to implement it here, but then for some reason we thought that's inhumane. But y'all gonna go vote for Joe Biden or for Trump so he can go fucking do the same war? What? What's the point? What? That don't make no sense. So, but most
Yep.
people nowadays would like a coliseum because imagine if we had a coliseum and it was like legit. It was bad. It's like let me put this mindset into you real quick. It's gonna be bad if you
Mhm.
visualize it with me, but you better be ready. You be strong. Imagine
Mhm.
if we took the Roman Coliseum, made it badass, and did an actual war inside of that. So take 55, whatever number, right? Just I don't want to make too many fitness arena, otherwise it won't work. Take 55 of your best motherfucking US Army motherfuckers you got. And we'll
Mhm.
take 55 of our best Russian motherfuckers and we'll put them in one coliseum and whoever wins pays off the other dude's debt. You know what I mean? Hey, and we're gonna record it. We're gonna have bets. Shit's gonna be happening. This shit's gonna be like 4 fucking days. Cause motherfuckers are gonna be surviving. They're gonna be putting shit up, barricading, throwing grenades, doing like, and there's gonna be cameras everywhere set up. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like, it's gonna be gruesome. You're gonna be watching people die, screaming help, and it's like,
Mhm.
you signed up for it. You know what I mean? And then they're gonna
Uh-huh.
have commentators and like, looks like he's asking for help. USA is really in trouble. You're like, you know, you're like, whoa, this is a dude we're talking about. And the people are
Eh.
gonna be like, no, it's not. He know, yeah, it's a dude we're talking about, and he knows what he's doing. So
Mhm.
fuck off,
Mhm.
right? It's the
Mhm.
same thing like a bar. That's bad for you, dude. There's no way you're gonna stop him. You understand that, right? No matter
Yep.
how many laws you put up, how many things you say, when
Yep.
a being wants to do what they want to do, they're gonna try to do it. And if it's such a strong itch, they gonna scratch their claws till they get it. They're gonna go
Exactly.
insane till they get it.
Yep.
So same thing with prohibition. They still did it. They just changed the name. Same thing with
Mm.
all the laws. They just changed the name. So that's what I'm
Yep.
getting at. Is like you're not gonna stop war. They're gonna just change the name. So I want to change the name. Let me change the name and call it Arena. Change the name back to Arena. Arena
See?
was cooler. It made idols, even though idol worship is bad. Idol worship is bad because it makes you lose yourself and it makes you. It kind of like puts a pause on your progress of doing your
Exactly.
mission. Kind of like how you were going
Exactly.
up. You don't really want to stop going up. It doesn't necessarily matter. You know what I mean? You could go up, but when you
Mhm.
zoom out, you're gonna be like, "Ooh, that's an ugly painting. I'm gonna redo it." It
Yep.
depends on if you like that or not. Some people like curves.
Mhm.
Some people like the design because there's, you know what I mean? It's like when you go to a girl's bedroom and it's all pretty, everything's organized, and then you go to her sister and there's magazine cutouts all over the wall, posters put up everywhere, drawings, and you're just like, dang, that shit's cluttery. And then you look at it and you're like, oh, that shit's cool though. That's cool. Oh, I see how you made the name out of the magazine. I wasn't looking at it right. So you see how there's
Uh-huh.
a difference. Some people like it. Some people like it left brain. Some people like it right brain. Some people like it creative. Some people like it direct. You know,
Yep.
it don't
Yep.
matter because at the end of the day, in the noodle line, I don't care how creative you get with the noodles. Hurry up, bitch! I got $4. Give me my shit. You know, people are waiting on me. Like, be
Hey,
creative off the clock. You know what
hey,
I mean?
look. Hey,
I'm
look.
glad you
You ain't
creative this,
lying though.
but
You not
um,
lying. You definitely not lying about that.
that's just because
Uh,
we're in the linear world right now.
mm-hmm.
We're in the 3D, how time goes from like past, present, future.
Uh-huh.
But the
Yep.
timeline I came from, it's more like the other way around, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, think of it like this. My parents came before me, so weren't they the future?
Exactly. Look, hey, look, let me
They ain't
tell
the
you.
past.
Let me look. Valon said when he was 4 years old, yeah, just hit 4. And like I said, he said we was watching a
Yep,
paranoia show, and he said it.
that's
He
when I
was like,
woke up.
Dad, he was like, look, that's where we come from. We're the future bodies. And I was like, what? I ain't understanding. Not me. I'm like, I'm spiritual than a bitch, right? But I didn't understand. His understanding of knowledge. I'm like, what the fuck? So like I said, I'm just now this year understanding what he was talking about. He was like, Dad, we are. He was like, I'm the future body. You the future body? What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So now it made me understood. As this year went on, I started thinking like, hold on, wait. That mean, oh shit. So again, where you just stated, that mean our parents was the future body, and then here come they're the future body. Then it either elevates.
You know, fractals. You know how crystals grow? It's the same way. Like, go on YouTube later and like maybe write down on YouTube, watch how crystals grow, like how salt crystals grow. And you'll see it. They zoom in onto it, and when it grows, it's like these weird squares, and the squares come out of nothing and form out of nothing. And it's like they constantly keep fractalizing out and pushing outwards. But it's weird because it's like, how the fuck are they pushing it? How are they moving? Like, it's almost like they're solid on the outside already, but it's still growing. And it's like, I don't understand. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, there's a point of energy. It's kind of like when you put a drop of water or a chemical into a big bucket of another chemical, and it's just all like happening at this one point where you drop that chemical, right? All that shit is reacting to that one point, and it's like, but what the fuck is that point? It's like a frequency. It's like a thought itself that appeared.
Yeah.
Dr. Phil Valentine talks about that. He talks about thought itself is a point in time that happened, a moment. And when you expand that moment, there are feelings and different variables between those feelings, right? So during these moments, I felt sad, I felt happy, and those can be broken down into sectors, and then those can have timelines applied to them. So it's like, yeah, for 25 seconds I was happy, and then 30 seconds after that I became sad. You know what I mean? So like, he explains how this dimension broke down, basically. Cool shit. It's like a 2.5 hour video, and it was really hard to watch because it was all fucked up the way it was edited.
Yeah.
I watch like videos that are like 2 to like 6 hours long.
Dang. Shit. Look, hey.
People. They say they don't learn, and it's like, well, I know the more you learn about here, the more you become like attached or whatever the fuck. But at the same time, that learning process is the same process as you leaving. Like you,
it is. It definitely is.
You can't unknow what you know. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But the irony in that is, you leave to go to work and you're like, I feel like I forgot something. Like, well, why don't you know that then? I don't know. That's a hard one to figure out. But that's funny. True. I think that's just the human brain. I think that's just like things that humans do, the way you breathe, you know? Because when you're in a fight or when you're not thinking right, you're not breathing properly. You're like you said, you need to calm your emotions.
Yep.
If you just practice breathing really hyper, really fast right now, your mind, you're going to feel your mind going really quick. Your eyes are going to feel kind of like they're getting wider, like that. Your pupils are going to get pointier. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But if you breathe real slow, you can almost feel like your eyes are getting droopy. Like everything kind of feels like it's going down, like ooh, like it ooze.
So then, would that mean you're more in when you're like that, when you're more in that state of calmness and where you just relax? Could it be where the eyes, like I said, they go droopy? They will become droopy. Could you be going into into what they would call, I call it the gray state, but the dream state while you still awake?
That's so cool. You call it the same name, you know, because when I was a kid, I knew it as the gray plane. That's the beginning of the 4D. That's funny, man. Hell yeah, dude, the gray plane is dope as fuck.
It is.
I don't know. Yeah, you're in jail for music beats. No. So anyways, you. Well, let me put it this way. Yes, you want to be in a relaxed state as hard as you possibly can. Darius J. Wright, he says you want to be in almost like sleep paralysis, if not sleep paralysis, so your body doesn't move. Because sometimes when you move, you'll accidentally move your human body. and that'll wake you up almost
And it'll wake
instantly.
exact.
Which I do that a lot on accident. Like the other day, I was laid out in the sun and I felt super nice, and I felt super good. And I thought, man, I'm gonna lean up real quick, and like I forgot what I was even gonna lean up for, but like I kind of like leaned up like this, like I was gonna sit up, and I thought, oh, what the fuck is on me? Like something kind of feels like it's on my back. And when I did that, I kind of like lifted up off the ground, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? I was out of body already. So like what that's why you probably shouldn't go out of body when you're laying on a concrete patio, because you'll feel like there's a concrete, like you'll feel like pressure on your spirit back the whole time, like there's a wall constantly on you.
Damn.
I guess that's why. Well, I mean, at least for me, that's what it felt like. That's why I was kind of like, what the fuck is like, what is that? You know what I mean? And when I did that, it made me lean up in real life, and it kind of like instantly put my spirit back in, and I rose up again and was like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I thought like the ground was moving, an earthquake just for a second, and I was like,
Yep.
oh, okay, I
Yep.
saw what's going on. It just
Yep.
happened so seamless because I was feeling so good in the sun, just having a good time, you know, like to me, I call it having a good time. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, you know, those movies you see, like the dude's in his like apartment or whatever the fuck, and the music's up loud. He's just got a bathrobe on, sunglasses. He's doing
Mhm.
drugs. The music's
Mhm.
loud. He's making a smoothie with some alcohol or whatever the fuck. To me, that's what it's like. You know what I mean? And there's shit everywhere on the ground. He's like, "Fuck it, man." The pizza dude's like, what's going on in there?" He's like, "Ah, here's your tip. Fuck off." And he closes the door. That's what it literally
Oh,
feels like when
oh.
I lay in the sun and just like relax. It's just like
So, yeah.
party time, dude. It's
You know, that's crazy.
party.
Whenever I lay and I say, you know what, I'm about to focus, or I'm gonna harness my energy before I go to sleep. Every time I do it, I swear to you, man, I feel it. The energy start to rise. I feel it. It condenses inside, you know, and it comes like this, like it comes together. And when it start coming together, now I'm falling asleep now, and like, yep, and it's condensing itself. And then as soon as I fall asleep, man, start being like shock waves, like somebody shocking me, like zzz, zzz, you know what I'm saying? That's when my arm get
Yeah,
to, I get to punching
yeah, yeah.
everybody next to me when I
Yeah,
sleep,
it's almost like you're
kicking
twitching, right?
everything, you know? Huh?
Does it feel like you twitch every now and
Yeah,
then? It's
I
kind of
get
like
to
a
twitching. It's in it, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. I
It's
get
that I
that
get to
too. I
doing.
hate it.
Yeah, man. I get to doing that
I
with what
hate it.
Smokey was doing on Friday when he, man, what the fuck? What's
Yeah.
this? I get to, I get to, I mean, literally
Woo!
everything get to going. Like my body, it just start just punch, like literally, like I'm moving it. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, when
it's
you
just
smoke weed
crazy.
sometimes, like Smokey, when you smoke marijuana sometimes, it'll actually cause you to your kundalini to rise.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
got to be careful. Some kid and oh, dude, I feel so bad for the kids these days. Cause back in the old days, you know, here, smoke this joint, you know what I mean? So you take a couple hits with your friends, you know, or you take like a hit from a bong or a pipe or something normal, you know, something reasonable. Kids these days, they're hitting pure extract, the oil, you know, it's called dabs. It's like
Oh, yeah.
a kid, right? He tries like a little pinch of dip, or he tries like a couple hits from a cigarette, and him and his brother, they sneak a cigarette or something, right? And they're
Mm-hmm.
like, "Whoa, that's crazy! I feel trippy, you know, I feel good."
Mm-hmm.
Imagine instead of the kids, like imagine one cigarette between three kids. So
Mm-hmm.
none of them feel sick, none of them feel poisoned. They just kind of feel like, "Whoa, I feel good." But
Mm-hmm.
for your first time smoking a whole cigarette, you're gonna feel gross afterwards. You know, you're gonna be like, "Oh, that's too
Yeah.
much. That's too much." So imagine instead, it's just one kid and he smokes like half a cigar, and it's like that feeling in less than 10 seconds.
Oh.
That's literally what these kids are doing when they hit a dab pen. Like
Mhm.
they're literally losing their fucking mind like instantly,
Yeah.
just like "Ooh," like gone. There goes fucking Eric. He's so high, he's basically retarded for 4 hours. Like, dude, it's bad. Cause like you've seen those kids, they kind of smoke weed and they're kind of dumb. They're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah.
thought it was super salad. No, it's a soup or a salad." You know what I mean? I thought it was like a big salad. Like, you dumbass.
Look.
The
Look.
kids these days, if you hit a dab pen, dude, he's literally gonna either be fucking freaking out
Yeah.
or he's gonna be laughing and making zero fucking sense and like drooling and like all over the table, like he's gonna look
Hey,
like he's retarded. Like your son's gonna
man,
be like
look,
you.
I was doing I was getting the when I was doing the
Yeah, straight
vapes,
THC.
them vape pens, and I was getting
Yeah,
a high dosage 99 point, like it was like 99.8. Brother, let me tell you,
50
when
is good.
look, I just was like, man, give me the highest shit on the board. But I didn't know. I just
That's
was
an
like,
instant UFO trip.
look, man, when I tell you this, I remember the first time I hit that motherfucker when I
Everything's
bought
like
it. Look, it went just like that woo, 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 woo. And then I start seeing in the room with me,
yeah, everything started like crystals and like shiny,
yeah,
right?
and that's what I started seeing in the room with me. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's when I was with Carl. I'm like, hey, Carl, come in the room with me, man. Hold on, because something ain't right. But I was seeing like, I'm like, what the fuck? So,
Woo!
but this is where I'm about to tell you, my brother. When I did it, every time I would hit my vape, the vape, I used to say it like I never hit my vape for fun. I always hit it to learn. So and I got to a point now to where I don't need to like because I just stopped smoking. You know what I'm saying? I stopped smoking. So but I got to the point I would hit my vape and I would go and I would read, right? I would go and read something or go look at something and I focus in on it. And when I focus in on it, everything will slow down. And then I start seeing these dark wavelengths, like they just start coming past. You know what I'm saying? And then when I see them coming past, that's when it's like it was as if I went into a different dimension. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's when
Yeah.
whatever I'm reading, it would literally be speaking to me like what I'm reading. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, what? Like, and we having
Who's
a
reading it?
full
Yeah, what the fuck's happening?
yeah, it was like a full blown. We having a full blown conversation. I asked like, so what do you mean by that? And it'll tell me this is what it means. It means this. Like it'll break down. It'll break down
But it's like a
the
feeling though.
yes.
Didn't it kind of feel like when you look at a zoo animal, how it's looking at you? It's almost like a feeling, but it's like responding exactly how you would think it would respond.
Exactly.
But at the same time, you're still kind of like, what the fuck are you? What is going on?
Exactly.
And each time you say, what are you? It tells you, and you go, well, what is this? And then, okay, so how do you, and then why are you here? And then why are you looking? Yeah.
Look, it started doing, so it would, I say if I would hit I hit the vape or, just the rolling and it'll start, I tell it, right for me. You know what I'm saying? I'll ask for something. I'll either speak it or I say it in my mind.
Yeah.
It did some shit, man. Listen to me. It did some shit, my brother, on my phone. Cause I was like, okay, show me. I was like, show me then on the phone. It did something like with my hand. Cause I let it control. It pressed something, brother. It brings up a word backwards. It types a word, but it types it backwards. And when it types it backwards, brother, it brung up a meaning. And the meaning was like, what was it? Like something about like the mechanics. It was something like a mechanic of a man. And it was like, these are the mechanic codes of a man. And I was like, wait, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So I shake off like, what the hell? And when I shake off, my hand, because now I'm taking over, my hand motherfucker hit the delete. You know what I'm saying? But it highlighted it. Before it highlighted everything I asked, it highlighted everything on this. I said, oh shit. So when I started to dabble into it more, and I started, okay, I want to do it without doing the vape. You know what I'm saying? I start training myself to focus, sit there and focus to where I can go into that.
Yeah. You can just find shit.
Yeah, man. Oh my god, it's so much shit.
It's pretty fun, right?
Hell yes. Yes,
I do that all
man.
the time.
Oh
I'll
my
just
God.
be I'll be doing my own motherfucking business. And out of nowhere, I'll just like hear, see, or something, and um it'll say like qualia. And I'm like,
Mhm,
what the fuck word is that? What does that mean?
mhm,
What is that?
mhm,
So I just type it in qualia and I go, okay, that's weird. And I read about it and it'll say something about like old Latin from this word, qualitas. And I'm like, hey, ain't that fucking God? Like, don't that didn't he have like a ship or something like that? You know what I mean? And I look it up and I'm like, oh, so I
See,
find the core. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what y'all wanted me to find. And I read
exactly,
all about it. And I'm like,
exactly.
okay, cool. That links up with everything else.
With
It's like
everything
more
else,
little Christmas. It's like more little Christmas ornaments on my big tree. And I'm like, yeah, yeah, ooh, bye-bye. That's the one I needed.
exactly.
And I zoom out a little. I'm like, yeah, this picture is almost done. I just need a couple more. You know what
Yep,
I mean? So
yep, yep.
yeah, it's
Exactly.
pretty dope, dude.
Yeah. Look,
Uh,
my thing is, like I said, brother. My thing too is when I would do it. Like I said, I can't hit it more than 3 times. If I hit it 4 times, just yeah, okay. Or you pass to me.
you're not
Okay, come on.
you're not supposed to use it to enter um the the other dimensions.
See,
You're you're allowed, but at the same time, no one's gonna like you and they're gonna push you away. Like
hmm
the same
hmm
thing when the people that are hitting DMT and like doing the hard
hmm
hits and shit, and they're seeing like
hmm
the space elves and they're in like the whole nother mechanical
hmm
reality and everything's like rainbow and clockwork.
hmm
Every fucking alien, every being they always see, they say the same shit. They're like, "What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here yet." And they're like, "How'd you
Yep.
get here?"
Yep.
And then they always kick them out. They're always just like, "You gotta go. Like, what are you doing? Like,
I
get
got
the fuck out
kicked
of here."
out. I got kicked out. So one day I was doing the
Yeah, I got kicked out too. I got kicked
I
out of the
was
center of Earth.
yeah, look, I got kicked out. I was laying down. I talked about it in my old video. I was laying down and because I used to meditate before I go to sleep. I lay there. This is before I started smoking. And I lay there and I do a certain technique. And the technique, it's like nobody taught me the technique. I never looked up on how to to do it. But to me, it's like I understood. Like, okay, if we breathe in and out,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I said, the chakras are aligned straight down. I swear, this is exactly what I was laying there when I was like, damn, chakras are aligned straight down. I know when I focus here, it always open up and I could see. So I said, what'll happen if I because what made me really do it was one day when Valon was sick when he was a baby, I put him on my chest right here, and he was sick. And I said, I was like, damn, I don't want him to be sick. That's when the voice, I told you, the whisper, I always hear a whisper in my right ear. It came and it said, Eric, slow down your breathing. When you breathe out, it said, when you breathe, no, when you
Yeah.
breathe in,
Slow, deep breaths.
yeah, yep. And it was like when you breathe in, it said, make your body feel. You want to pull when you breathe in, pull his energy into you. And I was like, what? And I just was like,
Yeah.
oh, I was like, okay. So I lay there. I got him on me and I'm laying there and I'm doing it, breathing in. And as I'm doing it and breathing out, I start feeling the tingle, this tingling while he on me, this tingling. And I'm like, what the hell? And I just stayed with it, just kept doing the breathing. But you breathe, you got to breathe real slowly. You got to control your breath. So after that, I'm like, okay, now this when I knew that it was done. As he laying there, it took like 30 minutes laying there. And he was very sick. Man, this boy, I was like, damn, I feel a little drowsy. You know what I'm saying? So then he wakes up. He's sick as a dog before he went to sleep. He wakes up and he was 2.5 to no 3 years old. He wakes up and he like, Dad, I feel good. And me, so not because I fell asleep, but I fell asleep doing the breathing, the breathing. And I felt it, the sucking in. Like I said, it's a dense. I felt it, and I was like, damn. So when he wake me up, I'm like, oh shit. And I get up and I'm like, ugh, I start throwing up, you know what I'm saying? And my body get the shivers and everything. I get the cough and everything. This motherfucker over here he running around the house. Damn. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh shit. So that night, the next, like I said, later on, when I was like, okay, if the chakras are here, I said, I remember what I did with Valon. What would happen if I at one moment, at one sitting or laying, I open up all these motherfuckers at the same time, doing instead of focusing here, because I'm telling you, brother, this is what I do. I swear to you, I don't focus on one chakra. I focus on my whole body. I focus on all the chakras, and when I focus on I breathe through them all and expand through them all and breathe through them all. It's like a DNA like combined. It's like it does this, and I seen it. It does this just like this, open, and then it comes back like this. So I'm breathing. I'm like, I wonder what had happened. That was that night when I talked about it. My whole body go tingle. It goes, it's like a pure energy. It's a pure fucking, like, it's like gold, pure lightness of goldness. It starts to spread all over my body. And I feel it when it starts to spread, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, say like fucking leaves, you know what I'm saying? It's just spreading. And as it's spreading, that's when it started raining. It started raining. Then when it started raining, and I'm still with it. It's like a fiery feel too. It's a fiery and everything. And I'm still with it. I didn't fall asleep or nothing. I just stayed with it. And that's when I started hearing the water sound. It started raining, then I started hearing water sounds. And that's when I started hearing this language. And I was like, what the hell? But I stuck with it. You know what I'm saying? And as I'm sticking with it, that's when I started seeing right here, I start seeing this portal like open. You know what I'm saying? And when this mug opened, that's when they was like, what are you doing here, Eric? You got to go back. It's not time for you to come yet. And I was like, what? And it pushed me back. You know what I'm saying? No, first it told me like, you're the reason, you're causing it to rain. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you're causing it to rain. It was like, what are you doing here? You got to go back. It's not time for you. And I was like, huh? And that's when it closed up. You know what I'm saying? And what the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying? It was trippy. You know what I'm saying? But that let me know. I said, oh, it is in the breath. And it makes sense. You know, I seen a video where they said Yahshua, the word Yah, it's the breath. You know what I'm saying? So it is. If we were given the breath of life, it would make sense. The breath is how you come out. You know what I'm saying? It's that soul release. It's the energy releasing through the breath. You balance that if you balance that motherfucker out, that breath, oh my God, you controlling the body to breathe on the rhythm. What? Man, this is brother. This is how I was having. This is how I'm telling my secret.
That's what the monks say.
This is, brother. This is how, if I wanted sex from when I was with Carla and I wanted to fuck a certain way, this is what I would do. I bullshit you not. I lay there, okay. And I breathe a certain way. And when I breathe a certain way, the energy, like I said, it either condense or it will spread. And when it spread, like I said, then I'm gonna be doing her like this. Every time. Next thing you know, either that night or the motherfucking next day, here she come, and then we doing it the exact same way. If I wanted, and I'm just telling you how it is. If I wanted a job, a new job, or whatever. When I went up to Phoenix, did you check on Bilal? Check on your brother. When I went up to Phoenix, and I was like, I want a job that's $20 or more. Cause every time I walk, brother, it don't matter where I'm at. I'm always in my energy. I'm always keeping it condensed to where I control it through my breath. All right. I control it through my breath. When I went into the place and I spoke out loud. I breathed because I was getting upset. And I was like, no, calm down, Eric. just like sister Ground to be saying, Eric, breathe. I calmed down and I said, I controlled my energy. I did 10 breaths of the controlling of the, and I said, I'm making $20 or less. That's exactly how I said it, because it's the energy. Once you harness that motherfucking energy, and now it's a release. You know, like if you rub something, you know, like carpet. You rub on carpet, and then you go touch somebody, bam! You about to electrocute them. Nah, you know what I'm saying? So it's the energy coming together, that denseness. You know what I'm saying? And then you let it out through whatever. You know what I'm saying? Some people may harness so much energy where they let it out in the rap, and then you could feel the pain through the rap, you know what I'm saying? Or shit. So me, I just use it if I want something. Oh, what? Okay, this is what I'm about to do. And I feel it, I harness it up. You know what I'm saying? Harness that energy up. Then I say it, and then it happens. Every fucking time, man. So yeah. That's my trick to a lot of this shit, man. Give it a shot. You're gonna see what I mean, my brother. Telling you. You hear me?
Shut up, pussy. Well, I know what you mean. I know. Sometimes I forget that I'm here. You know what I mean? Like, let's put it this way. In the last 15 or 20 minutes, my mind has fallen asleep and I've already woken up again. You know what I mean? Like I've already entered a dream state and exited. And I already feel like I'm gonna enter another one, you know? That's cool. I don't know. What do you want to learn, man? What do you want to learn? I'm learning what I'm learning, and there's let's put it this way: you don't know enough words for me to tell you. Okay.
I definitely understand.
But it would be cool to you. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm kind of looking into levitation using magnetic forces and just weird shit. And bug shells and how the frequencies work. And it has to do with my out of body shit that I'm learning. I guess I can kind of explain it a little on the marijuana stuff you were saying. How you were seeing like the black lines and stuff. You remember on the old school TVs in the 80s and 90s, on that certain channels you would go to, or if like the VHS was in it all fucked up and shit, you would see those lines kind of. Like you could still see the TV show in the background, but it's like, it's like it's at a sideways frequency, and it's not like getting it correctly. Yeah, so that's what you were seeing. You were zooming out of this frequency, and you were seeing the light wavelengths literally happening to your eyes. Because let's put it this way: the mind sits at a certain frequency. The brain is capable of going from 1 megahertz to 999, but we've been trained to only operate between 300 to 400. You know what I mean? So the brain is a thought amplifier and a receiver, not a thought creator. So nothing can be created beneath the sun, right? All has already been created. You can only just stumble upon it or realize it. That's why people would sit there and they think, I got to think of an invention. I got to figure out how to. Otherwise, you would just create it. Just like a tree just creates the fruit. Just like an animal just creates it. But why can't people just create a piece of technology? Just create a UFO. You have to build it. That's also another law for the third dimension to help you learn. That's why you can't manifest shit. The closest thing to manifesting is your voice, your spirit, your breath, because that in itself is your spirit. So it's the closest thing to happening. That's why when you think in words and shit. You know what I mean? Because we were trained to. So that's why you can go, what is it, like 3 days without water, like 7 days or so without food, but you can't go like 3 fucking minutes without oxygen to your brain or you're dead.
That's some wild shit, right?
You know, I ain't never. I ain't even think on that note of that. I
Yeah, let me
didn't.
let me just let me choke you out for 60 seconds and see how you feel. You know,
yeah, that's
after
true.
about 25, you're
Damn.
gonna forget it ever even happened. Isn't that weird?
Damn.
But you can go all day without drinking water, come home thirsty as motherfucking lips all dry, bleeding and shit.
So then it is the breath.
Yeah, that's why when you yell at somebody, "Hey, fuck you," they feel it. They're like, "Whoa!" Or you yell, "Hey, thank you." That's a really nice thing, and they're like, they feel it. You
Yep.
know.
Yep.
Same thing when you tell somebody, "I'll give you $100 if you do this." You're creating, right then and there. So the voice
Ooh.
can create and manipulate,
Yep.
but everything else has to be done just through physical action.
Oh, that's so true. Damn. Mister, you okay with that?
It's cool though that the leaving the body shit just to go, like the vibrating shit. When I first felt it, it was pretty weird too. But now that I know what it is, it's pretty normal.
Damn. Okay. All right, here I come. Okay. I gotta end it, my brother. I gotta
That's
do
cool.
it because Valon over here, he just woke up and he like, Dad, I feel like I gotta throw up. Yeah, goddamn. All right, look, I'm about to attend to this mother, you know what I'm saying? So with that, my brother, it was good talking to you, having you on my I ain't gonna say on this goddamn platform, YouTube platform. You hear me? So look, definitely gotta do it again. I want to do it again with other people. My sister Grounded. If you on there, baby, remember we got to do one as well. I want to do these with y'all. Please, please, please.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yes, the information, man, the information, just hitting it like from different angles, man. Different angles of light. What they say, the different angles of light, man. I love it. You hear me?
Different angles, yeah. Different
Yes,
angles
yes.
produce a different color.
Exact. So with that, y'all, hey man, I holler. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but hold on, brother P. Do you got anything you want them to follow you on, or you be on?
Hell no.
Okay, I got you. Don't even worry. Don't even worry. Hey, don't even gotta be a social media type person. I already got you. So with that, y'all, hey man, y'all have a good day. Y'all hear me? Love, man. Deuces.
Yo, adios, man.